Yo, what's up, everybody? In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about um, how the whole point of life is to, well, there is no exact meaning to life, because if there was a meaning to life, it would be consistent through thick and thin. So forget this whole concept of what's the meaning of life, what's the purpose of life. No, there's no such question as that. That's nonsense. Instead, you should be asking, how does life work? And the way life works is cause and effect, also known as what winds up will unwind, and or maybe what goes around comes around. You see, whatever you pull open will close. Whatever you push open will be pulled back in. So the way you go about treating others, if you're going to do it badly, you better be a very wise person how you do it. You see, every action has a consequence. And when you go about acting a certain way in life, you have to act very good. You have to be good. Because, of course, this is a spiritual world. There's so many factors at play. This is also a physical world that we're a part of. And probably mental as well, if you want to consider it three, then three. If just spiritual and physical, then you can call it that. It's really up to you. But instead of asking what is the meaning of life, instead you should be asking, how does life work? I believe that's what is really being asked when people say what is the meaning of life. They're seeking an explanation for something like that. Alright, so yeah. So what winds up will be unwinded. What you put out will be brought back in. There's a lot of sins that you could do in the physical world. There's also emotional sins and energetic sins. You know, sins are anything that you basically there's either a sin or a virtue, or if you want to call it, all actions are the same, but they all have their own consequences. It doesn't matter how you put it. The point is that there are consequences to every single action. Every single action has its own set of reactions. You see, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And that's how it's going to be forever. So it's very important that you know how to act in life. The way you act in life generally is act well. Treat others as if you're treating them like they are you. Because if you treat everybody like the way you want to be treated, well, you're going to get in return exactly that. You're going to get in return what others, how you treat others. If you treat them like you want to be treated yourself, well, you're going to get treated that way in return. But if you treat them badly, then you're going to get treated bad in return. Not only probably in the physical world, if you hit somebody physically, they're going to hit you back, but also it's going to be in the spiritual world. If you assault somebody spiritually, if you steal from them, if you hurt them, if you mess with them or people they love, or act like a crook, like a dishonest or like criminal individual. If you do these things, what's going to happen is you're going to be treated the same exact way. This is the way it is, generally speaking. And that really is the whole meaning of life. If you can just learn to only be good and not be bad, and treat others the way you want to be treated by them, and don't care about what others do, just care about what you do, then you will have found the meaning and purpose of life. There was this tweet that I saw recently. Well, I didn't see the tweet, I saw a snapshot of the tweet, and it said, people really act upset when something happens to them or something goes wrong in their life, but they are the ones who set themselves up for that all along. or something like that, some tweet like that. And that is really the whole explanation here. That is really the entire thing about life is you have to be good, you have to be smart. You should not act mean or you know cruel or unfair or unjust. You gotta act with love, and you can't act with hatred, because that kind of stuff leads to that being happening to you. So since you don't know your past and you don't know your own karmic history, you should not act like you do. Since you don't know what has happened to you before, since you don't know what your own consequences of your own actions in the past lives, you shouldn't try to judge something as your own karma or not your own karma. You should, in fact, see everything as part of the karmic wheel of cause and effect, which started long ago from the beginning of time. And time is not even real. Okay, there is no first, there is no last. There is no endings, there is no starts. We're all floating in the much deeper, more magical world than we want to think for some reason. It's very true. And because of that being the case, it's very important that you try to live from a place of extreme vigilance, and the most important thing in life is doing good. Forget everything else. Forget about how others treat you. Worry about how you treat others, other people.